Have you ever like built a motor and spent a lot of money on it, and then like the car it's going into is kind of like run down and beat up, and you try to convince yourself like, oh yeah, it's a total sleeper, and like nobody will expect this badass motor to be inside of it. Well, what if it just went into a really clean stock looking car? That could also be a sleeper. I mean, so there's a certain level of detail that's involved with making a car look as factory as possible, especially being an older vehicle. What I'm getting at here is that it takes a lot more effort to make a car look like it rolled off the showroom floor versus like big body kit, stance car. Basically what I'm doing today is I got this nice motor, this beautiful boat anchor that I built, you know, and it's stored into an engine bay that it's okay, don't get me wrong, but I'm not totally happy with it. Basically, I'm going to be respraying the engine bay, all the wires, the hard lines, AC lines, may even take out the AC condenser, like just remove it all together because I don't have AC right now. Maybe I will eventually, but not anytime soon. For today, we're going to be pulling all the parts apart, hopefully getting it sanded down, and then tomorrow I should be ready for paint. I got some fresh base coat here. I'm going to be using the same clear coat that I sprayed the wing on my BRZ with. I got a busy day and it's hot out, so we're trying to beat the heat and just survive. Bumpers coming off, fenders are coming off, hood's coming off. This is turning out to be more than I thought it would be, you know. I got a lot of work ahead of me and I'm not ready for this. Simply not ready for. I don't even know where I'm going to put all this stuff. Shit. All right. Well, with all that said, let's get to work. Hey, look. This is how hot and muggy it is today. This is the humidity. This is like an hour of work. Oh. It is nasty out here today, guys. But I'm still doing it. Kinda. No excuses. Ah! Alright, so since we're doing a T56 swap, we're going to have to be changing out my master cylinder for the clutch anyways. I do have a Wilwood, I believe it's a 3/4 inch master cylinder, so I'm going to go ahead and remove this. The brake master cylinder is just going to have to stay where it is. I'll tape it off as best as possible and paint around it. that escalated rather quickly. Per usual, I got started on it, and I realized very quickly that I want to go a little bit farther than I initially intended. So, with that said, I went ahead and shaved off this here, that there, that, all of that crap. Unfortunately, when you pull these tabs out, it rips the sheet metal out. Even if you drill them out, it's really difficult. You have to drill them out all the way. So either way, you end up with a hole there. Now, because I did that, I'm going to have to get some body filler. Unfortunately, I do not have any on hand, and the body shop is only open Monday through Friday around here. I want to do this right. I don't really want to leave holes in the engine bay either, obviously. So we're gonna fill all those in. It's probably not the best way of doing things, but you know, hey, I don't have a welder, so that's just how it's gonna be for now. And maybe someday we'll get back to it and fill it in the proper way. But for now, that's what we're gonna do. Just want to throw this out there that if you're doing anything like this with a lot of bends and curves and like just little dimples in it, get one of these Scotch-Brite pads. They are awesome for this. What's good about this versus regular sandpaper is it's got some cushion to it. So with that cushion, it'll actually form to whatever curves you're trying to get into. And this is like a medium grit, I believe. It's nothing crazy heavy, it's not too soft, it's just enough to scuff the paint really nicely, as you guys can see. I was using sandpaper, and I've had these laying around for a while, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna try them out right now, and I just wanna use this the whole time now. Okay, so we're getting ready to pressure wash the engine bay. Just hosing it down right now with some Simple Green. I got the wire harness mostly taped off, all of the engine wire harness anyways. I'm not fully removing it from the engine bay, that's just an extra step that I don't really see a point in doing. All right, you guys, I guess that's gonna do it for this time. As you can see, the engine bay is all prepped and ready to go. I just gotta go to the body shop and get some body filler. Unfortunately, like I said before, they don't open, or they're not open on the weekends, so I have to wait till Monday. We'll probably end up doing a part 2 of this, more than likely. This will be a 2-part series, and in part 2, we'll get around to laying the body filler, sanding it, prepping it, and then painting it. Again, this is just kind of a tear down. I got rid of a bunch of wiring, mostly just the airbag harness, SRS, pretty much just cutting it out and ripping it out. Got it mostly sanded down to where I want it at its core, and then it's all building up and sanding and prepping for paint from here on. And then once the paint lays on, this thing should shine like there's no tomorrow. It's one of these things where like I've really wanted to do it, but I've never really taken the time and thought I would be doing it. But here we are, and obviously one thing leads to the next, so we'll catch y'all next time. Stay tuned. We'll see you.